Well, hello. Here we go again. It's now 2 weeks since rotator cuff surgery. I've had some significant improvement. Uh, the big, thick, padded cushion that was on the inside of the sling holding my arm way out is gone. I went to the doctor yesterday, on Monday, and he said, "You don't need that anymore. We're going to get rid of it." And it was also had the strap on it that strapped the sling to my body. Now all I have to do is wear the sling. He said I can wear it down low, up high, and right now I don't even have it on. That's about the extent of it. I can do this. That's it. But I don't even have the sling on. I'm just sitting here with it resting in my lap and my Star Wars shirt on. Uh, but I feel much better. I am having a little pain right now, not terrible, but I just got done with my home therapy. I do twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. And so I just finished my evening therapy, and a little bit sore, not terribly. In some ways, it actually feels good to stretch it out, but it's doing a lot better. I think I mentioned in one of the previous videos that I found out that I had two complete tears instead of one. I talked to the doctor about that yesterday, and he said, "Well, you did have two tears." He said, "But there weren't two different uh, tendons," and that's what I was initially told, is it was two different tendons. And I think I mentioned that in a previous video. I can't really remember, so I want to clear it up. I had a complete tear of the supraspinatus, and then I found out yesterday that he tried to retrieve it, pull it back to where it belonged, and reattach it, and it was so thin and chewed up on the end, it tore again. And I'm sorry if I gross you out, but it was just ripping, coming apart, and it did another complete tear. So that was the second tear, and it actually wound up going into another tendon slightly. He said, but it wasn't enough to really, uh, you know, warrant that being labeled two different tendons. So he just reattached them together, I guess at the same time or whatnot, and didn't really label it as two tears because it was so insignificant on the second one. But what he did is he cut that supraspinatus back. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, sorry, I'm not a doctor. He cut that back to where the material was a little thicker. He grabbed it and had to pull it a little further. So they put a real thick cushion on, keep my arm up so I wasn't, stretching it too much all at once. And now I'm able to hold my arm up against my body because it's stretching out after 2 weeks. So all that being said, I'm doing a lot better. Had a slight mishap today. I had an empty carton of milk, and I'm actually holding things in this hand while I have it in a sling. And I was making my wife some cappuccino, and I had an empty carton of milk. And the idiot I am, I turned around with it in my hand, and I was going to go and throw it in the garbage. And the refrigerator door was open. I hit it with the carton of milk, and it pushed my arm back. Oh, Lord, you talk about just about going through the ceiling. That hurt. I dropped it on the floor. I had to get my daughter to come help me out and throw the empty carton away and finish my wife's coffee, take it up to her. Well, I just sat there and tried to deal with it. But you got to be careful. You can't be a klutz like me. You've really got to watch it. Make sure you're not slamming into things and trying to tear your body up after you've had a surgery like this, because you really want to take care of yourself and be careful. And I warned my doctor before the surgery that I'm stupid and I can do stupid stuff, and I proved it this morning. So I'm true to my word. But all in all, I'm doing much better, and I just wanted to give you a 2-week update. Anyone who's watching this, I also want to be honest. I said on the last video that on Sunday I stopped taking my medicine, my painkillers. I've taken more since then because basically therapy has ramped it up a little bit, and doing stupid things like I talked about this morning. I haven't taken one today, but I took one last night so I could sleep because I was really sore. But that's the only time I'm taking. I'm not taking it during the day. If I'm having trouble sleeping, I might get up in the middle of the night and take one or take half of the pill. And you know, it helps a little bit, helps you sleep, but you're not going to get great sleep while you're recovering. But I'm sleeping, and the first couple nights, of course, I was on a pain blocker, a nerve block, and I slept good. And you know, I wake up now a little bit because it might start hurting or aching. I just sit up and I sleep with my arm in a sling because I don't want to do something stupid in my sleep. You know, I don't want to wake up with my arm over my head and tear all that loose. You know, that'd be really dumb. So I keep my arm in a sling while I'm sleeping, but I do have it kind of loose so I can stretch it out a little bit. Otherwise, I'll be railing against it again and pushing, trying to escape it in my sleep. I don't want to do that again. So don't be afraid of having this surgery. If you're watching these videos, there's a lot of videos like this out there, and I've watched them, just about all of them. People talking about having the surgery, and they update every week, just like I'm doing on this. And mostly what I got out of it, and there's a couple of them out there that are really good and really informative, and I've been blessed watching them. And I want to, thank people that are really diligent with being honest about it and not blowing it out of proportion. This is not that bad a surgery. I had a complete tear. I had arthritis ground down. I had to have a nerve released on the shoulder. This was a pretty extensive surgery on my shoulder, and it's not that bad. It's still, it's painful. I'm not going to lie to you. It hurts, and the therapy hurts, but it's not something that you can't deal with. You keep your head on straight, do what you're told, you can deal with it, and you're going to be fine. Don't be afraid. Don't let people talk you. I've actually had people tell me, don't get that surgery. I don't care what they tell you. Don't do it. It's horrible. You don't know what you're going to go through. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to that. Talk to people who know. Talk to doctors. And sometimes people telling you that have a very low pain threshold. You might not have a low pain threshold. If you do, tell your doctor, I have a low pain threshold. I'm going to need a little bit more medication. It'll be okay. You have to get that fixed. If you don't get that nerve reattached, it's going to deteriorate. That muscle will deteriorate. You're going to wind up with a permanent problem. So go and get yourself tended to. Get the surgery. It's not that big a deal. Okay? Do exactly what you're told. Don't strike out on your own thinking you know more than everybody. If the therapist says do this, don't do that, do this. Don't do what they said not to do. And they say don't lift things, don't work with that hand a whole lot. Don't do it. My therapist said as long as you're not putting weight on that shoulder or working that shoulder, you can use that hand. And that's what I'm doing. So you might not get told that. If you get told not to do it, then don't do it. Just follow the instructions and you're going to be fine. And take the medicine as you need it, or pain medicine as you need it, and you're going to be fine. Just use your head. If you don't have help, if you don't have anyone to drive you, for God's sake, don't be on that pain medicine. And be very careful with your driving, because if you get in traffic and start jerking around with that, my doctor told me not to drive for 6 weeks, and I do not have his permission to drive. I'm not doing it. And when I say do this and don't do it, I mean it. I'm not going to drive. And I'm one of these prideful, stubborn truck drivers. I think I can drive in all conditions and do anything. I was a truck driver for 20 years. And my doctor says, no, I don't want you to drive. Guess what? I'm not driving. If he says not to do it, I'm not doing it. Now, I'm not giving him a guarantee that I won't do something stupid, because I do stupid. But if I can help it, I'm not going to do it. And God bless you. I'm going a little long on this video, proving the fact that I was a truck driver. I'm long-winded. But God bless you. I hope everything goes well. Make the decision as an informed decision. Talk to medical professionals. Talk to people that have actually had the surgery. Get on YouTube. YouTube is just a wonderful source of information. Now, a lot of it can be a bunch of nonsense, but you can weed that. If you've got any intelligence, you can weed that out, okay? So watch some YouTube videos, get some information on this, and get the surgery and start healing so you can use that arm again, okay? All right. talk to you next week. Bye-bye.